everyone, Amber here with another Stellar Guitarist song tutorial, and today we are going to be learning a beautiful classic, Make It With You by Bread. The song has a smooth and dreamy feel to it, and in the lesson we are going to be looking at it step by step so that you can play the song with confidence on your guitar. Now, before we jump in, if you love learning songs like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notifications button. That way you will not miss any lessons that I release in the future. And of course, if you enjoy learning the song today, then go ahead and hit the like button. It really helps my channel out. Right, let's go in for a close-up and look at the chords. So for today's lesson, I'm going to be teaching you how to play Make It With You using a capo on the 2nd fret of your guitar. And we have 8 chords that we need to learn today. So the first chord is a D major 7 chord. Now there are 2 ways that you can play this. You can either play it by barring your first finger across the G, B, and E strings, and you can strum from the D string down. This would be our D major 7 chord. The other way you could play this is if you wanted to use your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers in that fret. So whichever one you are comfortable with. The next chord we're going to need is an E minor 7. And for this chord, we just need to put our first finger into the 2nd fret on our A string, and we can strum all the strings. Now a quick heads up here, you're going to notice in this tutorial we are going to be changing from D major 7 to E minor 7 quite a lot. So it's really going to help you to choose which fingers you want to use to play these chords. So option 1 would be to use your first finger for a bar, and then to take that first finger to the E minor 7. This would be option 1. Option 2, we're going to be using our 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers, and our first finger is free to play the E minor 7. So we're almost jumping back and forth between the fingers. So practice the chord change that you feel the most comfortable with. The 3rd chord we need is a G major 7. Now this is quite an uncomfortable chord to play, but once you get used to it, it isn't too bad. So G major 7 is very similar to a normal G major, except we're going to be taking our 3rd finger and scooching it back into the 2nd fret. Okay, still on that high E string. And your 1st and 2nd fingers need to stay where they originally were placed. So think G, and then just scooch your 3rd finger back into the 2nd fret. The next chord we need is an F sharp minor 7. Sounds really complicated, but we are going to play a relatively easy version of this chord. So we're going to be playing with our first finger in the 2nd fret on our low E string, and then we're going to be creating an A shape with our 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers, squeezing down the D, the G, and the B. So all 4 of those fingers are in the 2nd fret. And we can strum all the strings. The next chord we need is an A7. This is really straightforward. So we can use our 1st and our 2nd fingers to play an A7. You can also use your 1st and your 3rd finger. Again, there's no right or wrong, it's what you are comfortable playing. Then we need a B major chord, which we can play as a bar chord. Or you can play my easy B, where we just take our 1st finger and squeeze down the high E string in the 2nd fret. We're going to need a G major chord. And we're going to need an A5. Now an A5 is we're just taking our 1st finger and we're placing it into the 2nd fret on the D string. And we strum from the A string down. Now the structure of the song consists of just 2 verses, and what we're going to be doing is alternating between variation of verse 1 and variation of verse 2. So let's jump into looking at the verse 1 variation. So the chords are going to be up on the screen, and we're going to be starting with a D major 7 chord. And as you can see here, I will be using fingers 2, 3, and 4 for this D major 7. From here, we're going to be going to our E minor 7 chord, and we're going to do that again. D major 7 to E minor 7. From here, we have a G major 7. So our first finger is exactly where it needs to be, and we're going to be creating the G major 7 chord shape. Next, we have F sharp minor 7. And the final 2 chords, E minor 7 to an A7. So really spend time. You can even pause the video right here with the chords up on the screen and practice changing between those chords with just 1 strum. So let's try that together, and then you can pause the video if you'd like to work on it a little bit more. So we're starting on D major 7, a 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, E minor 7, 2, 3, 4, back to D major 7, 2, 3, 4, E minor 7, 2, G major 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, switch, 2, 3, 4, E minor 7, 2, 3, 4, and A7, 2, 3, 4. Now if that's coming really easy to you, then the next step would be to add 4 down strums on each of those chords. So if you're ready for that, let's give that a try. A 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, D major 7, E minor 7, G major 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 2, 3, E minor 7, and to A7. So this brings us to the next section of the lesson, where we're going to be looking at that strumming pattern that is used in the song. Now, this is not exactly the same as the original. I like to show you strumming patterns that you can use in the real world, something that you can play and sing along to the song with as much ease and confidence. So the pattern is syncopated, and at first it might be a little bit tricky to get the hang of, but be patient and be kind to yourself and take your time. So the pattern sounds like this: down, up, up, down, up, up, down, down, up. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And we can practice that between the D major 7 and the E minor 7. That's a really great chord sequence to practice this on, just back and forth between those 2 chord shapes. So it will sound like this. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. You can jump in and join me whenever you feel comfortable. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. So every single chord you see up on the screen from the verse 1 variation is going to get 1 round of that strumming pattern. So I'm going to give a demo of how this would sound, You can join me or you can just listen. It's really up to you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. D major 7, E minor 7. Switch to G major 7, F sharp minor 7, E minor 7, A7. And I'll add in a little bit of singing here so that you can hear how it would really come together in the song. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, have you ever tried really reaching out for the other side? I may be climbing on rainbows, but baby, here goes. So that is the variation of verse 1. Let's look at the second variation. So the chords are going to be starting out exactly the same as the first variation. We have D major 7 to E minor 7. We repeat that again. G major 7 to F sharp minor 7. And then this is where things start to change a little bit. The next chord we need is a B major chord. Now, what I love about this transition is that we are sort of already using our second, third, and fourth fingers in the shape we need for the B major chord. All we need to do is slide it up 2 frets, and you can then add your bar chord if that's the way you'd like to play the chord, or you can just add your first finger into the second fret on the high E string. So that's a really nice transition to practice, going from the F sharp minor 7. We're going to slide up to our B chord, and after that we're going to our G major 7. The last 3 chords, D major 7 to E minor 7 and D major 7 again. So let's practice verse 2 variation with 4 down strums. Nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor 7, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. G major 7's coming up next. 1, 2, 3, 4. F sharp minor 7 to the B. 1, 2, 3, 4. G major 7, which has a star next to it, which means just 1 strum. We're going to hold it for 4. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. D major 7. E minor 7. And switch. So once you have those chords feeling nice and comfortable and smooth, we can then start thinking about putting in that syncopated strumming pattern. And I'll remind you how it sounds. Down, up, up, down, down, up. And each chord is going to get 1 round of that pattern, except for the G major 7. As I mentioned, because it has a little star next to it, that just indicates 1 down strum on that chord. So let's give it a try, starting from the D major 7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. G major 7's next. F sharp minor 7. B. 1, 2, 3, 4, and D major 7. So let's add in some singing, and take it from the start of verse 2 variation. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Dreams there for those who sleep. Life is for us to keep. And if you're wondering what this all is leading to, I want to make it with you. I really think that we could make it, girl. And the last thing we need to look at for this variation of the verse is there's like a short instrumental section that comes in straight after. And it sounds something like this. We're kind of picking out those bass strings more than anything. So the chords will be up on the screen, but we're not really going to be playing the full chord for 2 of the 4 chords you see there. So for the G chord, we're not going to be playing a full G. We're actually just going to be picking out the E, the A, and the D strings. From here, the F sharp minor, we don't really need a full F sharp minor 7 chord. We really just need our first finger in that 2nd fret on the E. And you're just really picking out 2 or 3 strings. So we're going to go. The next chord is an E minor 7, which is only just 1 finger, but focusing on the lower sounding strings. And then the A5 chord, we're just taking that first finger down to the D string. And you're also just going to be picking out the A, D, and maybe the G string as well. So it's going to be. And you're really just going to be mimicking the bass line that you hear in the song. Bum, 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 bum. So practice getting through those chord shapes as smoothly as you can. And by the way, if you are ready to take your guitar playing skills to the next level, then you will absolutely love my guitar programs inside the Stellar Academy. We build strong foundations. I help you with developing your chord changing speed, your strumming patterns, as well as bar chords, power chords, Travis picking, you name it, we get into it. So click the link below in the description if you want to go check it out, and I really hope to welcome you into one of my courses. And the final section we're going to look at today is the instrumental. Nothing too different here, a lot of the same chords, we just have a few different changes in the chord sequence and one slight change in the strumming pattern on one of the chords. So it starts off really quite straightforward with our D major 7 chord to E minor 7. And we repeat that again. G major 7's next to F sharp minor 7. We have D major 7 next to A5 for 1 down strum. Now all those chords are going to get the same strumming pattern, down, up, down, down, up, except for that second last chord, which is the D major 7. It's only going to get half the pattern, down, up, down, just like that. So the D major 7, and then to the A5. So just again from that D major 7, down, up, down, A5. So we can put that whole instrumental together, starting from the beginning. A 1, 2, 3, 4. G major 7's next. Down, up, down. Baby, you know that dream. And it goes into another verse section. So I'm so excited. We have learned all the different sections of this amazing song, and all that's left to do now is my favorite part of the lesson. You're going to put it all together in a play along, which is coming up next. So have your guitar ready, have your capper on the 2nd fret, and let's get into it together. A 1, 2, 3, 4. To make it with you. I really think that we could make it, girl. To make it with you. I really think that we could make it, girl. All right, that is a wrap for how to play Make It With You on the guitar. If you enjoyed this lesson, then let me know in the comments below. And I'm sure if you loved this lesson, then check out the tutorial that YouTube is suggesting to you right now on the screen. And I will see you in another Stellar Guitarist tutorial. Have a wonderful day. Bye.